Street life. Look, with these little rap niggas, I just play with them. Something like fishing on the track, I keep baiting them. Caught up on a hook, now filleting them. Easy get to slaying them. Body found, now pray for him. Usually in the VI, listening to BI. I don't care if you box.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Faded Truth. Today I have Anthony Rodriguez on the show, also known as Cisco, in the upcoming movie Bully, The Dead Don't Die, set to premiere this 2020. What's up, Anthony? How you feeling?
Hey, what's up, Ange? How you feeling? So I play a character in the movie that ratted me out on my case.
You're playing the snitch on yourself, right?
Exactly. Right.
Okay.
Did I tell you you can't be in here?
Yo, my man, slow down. You just a bouncer. As a matter of fact, babe, hit this nigga off. Here. Here, hit this nigga off, and this is for you. Here. Fuck out of here.
What's going on in this scene?
Alex plays Bully, is now seeking alternative work. So he starts bouncing. And so this scene, I'm working at a club, and we didn't let a girl in because she was starting trouble. Cisco gets her in, and I play him sitting there with the girl, and I'm paying off Bully to like, get out of here, I'm with a girl.
So now, is Bully made from your life story, or just a lot of it, like a lot of parts?
I would say about 60 to 70%.
Wow, okay.
It's a great story. You know, Alex is amazing. He's a great writer, producer. He actually started writing this with a couple of people, not knowing really my story. And then when we got together, we started talking, and it had a lot of similarities.
So your character is Cisco, and he's a snitch?
Yeah, he cooperated with the federal government on my case.
So in this scene, you're just hanging out, and Rico's just trying to tell you stop having fun. Basically, you got shit to do.
Right. In this scene, I'm in the club. This girl, I got her in, and he works there as a bouncer, and he doesn't let her in. He doesn't want her in because she starts trouble. She starts fighting. She's not something that you want in the club, which is true. I worked at a club where there was a young lady who we didn't let her in. She was underage. She started fights. And to this day, she's one of my best friends. She's my business partner. We're really close. So it has a lot of similarities.
This is your first role, right? Like first acting role?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Yeah. I've done videos as extras, stuff like that. Some commercials that just really didn't pan out for me, but I got the experience.
As far as your character, what would you say is the biggest difference other than you're not a snitch in real life?
He was a smaller guy. I guess physically he was smaller. I'm 6 feet tall. I'm a big guy. He was somebody that just really wasn't from the streets, wasn't somebody. He got caught up in a situation where he had to tell on me. So
for you to get into that role, is there any like obstacle that you faced in order to like get into this Cisco role?
Yeah, it was hard for me because, psychologically, I got to play the guy who told on me, or else I wouldn't be in this predicament, right? So emotionally, I had to get really into character. Somebody who doesn't have experience, I had to read some books on method acting and stuff like that. I had to get tips from Alex.
What did you say would be your favorite scene that you shot in Bully?
That's one of them. And the scene where he's talking to the mob guy, and they're coming to an agreement about him giving his kidney or helping him out with his family member. And he says to him, I'm doing this not for the money. I'm doing this for the relationship. That really stuck a nerve with me. That's one of my best scenes that I like to watch over and over again. That really happened in my life.
What character are you most close with in Bully as far as acting, but like who you had more of a connection with on the set? Like, are you always with Rico or? Yeah,
I'm always with Alex, Marino, one of the bodyguards, and one of the guys, one of the captains, one of the capos and stuff like that. So I'm close to them. So we share a lot of time together.
You keep saying it's relating to your real life. So tell me about the whole scandal.
I can talk about it now. I mean, some stuff I kind of protect just because there's individuals that still are prevalent. I'm a guy that was a police officer, young cop, was on the force for a very short time and had to make ends meet. And I embezzled, or I stole, close to $1 million.
From who?
From a telecommunications company. I'm pretty good with computers. Right? While I was still on the job. But that led to me working at different, high-end establishments, in the club scene. Got me connected to celebrities where I would do private security details and stuff like that. While the money was coming in, how do you spend all this money? I started a record label. That got me more connected with more people. And it took like maybe a 3 to 4 year span for me to really rise and get in trouble and get indicted, arrested, and then do time, federal. Then coming out, since I was gone for a while, people were like, hey, what happened to Bully? Bully was the guy. Bully was the guy who, could do security for you, do the phones, get you connect, meet people. So I was that guy, really made the connections between people. And so coming back out, I had to reinvent myself.
Right.
So I had to go back to school. I couldn't find a job. You got a felony record, federal. So I went back to school and I got my master's in psychology, started doing drug counseling. That's what I do now. I'm a director.
Oh, wow.
At a nonprofit organization in the Bronx.
Nice.
And so it just kept me going. And then I went back to doing bouncing. So that's where you see Rico or Alex play, where he's back in the club scene again.
So you weren't actually like a dirty cop. You were just, it was your profession and you were doing bad shit on the side.
On the side, right. I did nothing. Right. Yeah, I was still a good cop. I did my job and everything. I was at a whole different level. You're talking $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 a week.
So how long did you go to jail for?
I went for 1.5 years. White collar crime. They took into consideration my background. I was in the military. I had never gotten in trouble in my life prior to this. I was always a good kid. Was very active in sports. Played football, boxing. I was, So this was a shocker to me, even though I knew what I was doing.
What do you think is the hardest part about like being a new actor? Because you said you never really been in any role kind of. So what was like the main thing you had to get used to? Taking that criticism and using it to get better. You don't have experience. You keep making the same mistake over and over again. Unless someone really kind of takes time and says to you, hey, this is the way you're supposed to be talking on the mic, this way, use this angle, stuff like that. So I'm learning that now. I got a really good friend of mine that he helps me out a lot. I take everything that everybody says in the business with a grain of salt, just to get better. Because, how many bald-headed guys, tough guys can we have in the world? We got a whole bunch of them now. They're all over. I love your accent is like New York with a splash of Boston, I think, in that clip I just saw. Right, yeah. I really wanted to emphasize that, Italian type stereotype, just so that it could hit people like, oh wow. What's your background? I am 100% Dominican. Yo, pass that. What was your funnest part on set that you had doing the whole thing? Even if you weren't in the scene, what was your funnest moment? I think every scene we had a good time. We tried to make it as fun as possible. I think that the basement scene when they killed me, we had a lot of fun doing that. The rest. So you die? Yeah, I get murdered. There's a parking lot scene. I saw the series. There was a lot of scenes that I saw on rooftop. Alex did a lot of shots with a drone that looked amazing. But we just had fun. There's always a couple of drinks involved. So the guy that snitched on you, why did he snitch on you? Like, was he part of the whole thing and he just had to give names? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he was part of the indictment. And okay, so they went to him because, they knew that he was gonna give it up. He had his girlfriend involved. And so he didn't want to have his girlfriend in trouble. I'm telling you, man, pussy rules the world. It does. Trust me. It does. Pussy controls everything. I tell my friends all the time, what's better than pussy? You know what I'm tell you? New pussy. Spoken like a true man. Tell me about the record label. The record label is called DFL. It's called Down for Life. And I was partnered up with 3 other gentlemen, and we were together in it. And so we had about 12, 13 artists signed to the label. Some are really big right now. Do you miss it? Like, is it something you would restart, or are you content where you're at now? If I had the opportunity, I would do it again. I love music. I used to play the trumpet. I don't play it anymore. Trumpet. Yeah. High school. I got the big cheeks. I can blow a lot of high. I played the clarinet for a little bit. Whoa. I was actually good at it, and that shit was hard now that I think about it. I'm like, and it was gross with the reed. Ugh, hated it.
Yeah, I would love to get back into it. You know, I like to be part of something that's creative, something that makes people feel good, something that people are gravitated to, especially now with the music. Writing is what I'm picking up now. I'm writing short stories, stuff like that. I have a friend who kind of like set this all up, Debra Cardona. She's from Deja Vu TV. She's really inspired me because I've been reading her books and stuff like that. So that's what's getting me motivated because she, you know, it's urban. That's where we grew up.
You own pizza shops too?
I used to own a pizza shop in the city, Manhattan, on 34th and 2nd, Garlic New York Pizza Bar.
So do you like to cook? Are you like a chef?
Yeah, I love to cook. Love to cook. I can cook anything you want. Anytime you want, I cook.
That's what I miss most about Jersey is the food. Because I'm in Vegas now, and it's like there's no culture here at all.
No, there isn't.
There's no like, I miss bread so much, like normal fucking bread, because everything out here is like the water's nasty, so everything else is nasty.
That's what I was gonna say. It's the water.
You were a bodyguard for a bunch of celebrities throughout your security. Who was the biggest or your most favorite celebrity that you were a bodyguard for?
Oh man, you know, in the music industry, there's so many. You know, you got freestyle, you've got salsa singers. You mean Mark Anthony, TKA.
Was there anybody that you were like, oh, I'm secure in this motherfucker?
Yeah, no. I did a detail one time at this place called the Hammerstein on 34th. There was an event there with Puff Daddy, you know, Jennifer Lopez. There was a lot of other rap stars that were going there. I got excited for that because, you know, I like the rap. I like hip hop. So
what's your like craziest experience that you've had as security? Like, what's the craziest fight that you've been in, or just the craziest thing that's happened in all those years? If you could pick one.
I worked at Webster Hall for a long time. I worked at a really famous place in the Bronx.
Webster Hall. They put like a club in there one time. Yeah,
I used to work there. It had 5 rooms. You know, you've got gangs going there, the triads, downtown by Canal Street. That was, you know, hectic at time. I worked for many years in the Bronx for a famous place on Fordham Road, Jimmy's Bronx Cafe. So a lot of stuff there, you know. But, you know, we were professionals and got to do what we got to do.
So what's the craziest thing?
I think one time some guy wanted to jump off into the Major Deegan. We had to stop him. He jumped into a car, hit one of our managers. I had to pull him out of the car. Security had to come out. That night was crazy. Webster Hall, we used to get girls get naked all the time. All the time.
So you said you also work in the social systems?
Yeah, I'm a director for a transitional housing, people who are HIV, AIDS positive, substance abuse counseling there. So I run the program. I've been doing social services now for about 15 years, different levels. Yeah. You have to reinvent yourself. You know, it's hard to get a job when you have a felony record, you know.
So did you do that because of the felony, or did you have like childhood things that kind of made you want to pursue those different, like,
no, I did that, you know, I did that only because it was easier for me to get into the workforce, you know. Okay. You know, having a degree, having some licensing in social services made it easier for me to find employment.
Gotcha, because you said you did the psychology too.
Yeah, I have a master's in psychology, and I have a KSAC license.
What's a KSAC?
Credit Alcohol Substance Abuse Counselor. I know a lot about drugs.
Since you have a master's in psychology, do you feel like you read a lot of people or try to read a lot of people without meaning to, like in just everyday life?
Sometimes it happens. Sometimes
yeah, I feel like if I'm like, I would be like talking to a secret shrink or something. After you told me that, I'd be like, this motherfucker trying to read my mind.
Well, you know, humans are creatures of habit. You will continue to do what you always do all the time without you even knowing it, and other people will pick up on it. So to me,
that energy.
Right.
Who's your favorite actor?
Man.
Top 3.
Top 3 favorite actors. Sylvester Stallone, Sharon Stone, Bruce Willis.
Yeah, I need like either like action or like killing or scary. Zombie, I don't know. I'm like more morbid, I think.
Scarface types of movies and stuff like that. You know, a lot of drugs, all women, guns. I mean, they're exciting. They're fun to watch. I'd rather be in those types of movies than to actually.
So, are you gonna pursue more acting now that you've done your first like debut?
Of course, I'm in another movie.
What you got upcoming?
So Debra Cardona, Deja Vu TV, Deja Vu Films, she's got a movie coming out, Pocket Full of Games. Big shout out to her. Go check her out. And she's doing Pocket Full of Games too, and she had asked me to be in it. So
nice.
I'm gonna be in that movie as well. And Alex has got another script that he's working on. He also asked me to be in that. And I'm just looking for stuff online, you know, to go out and do castings and auditions and stuff like that.
Nice.
You know, I find it exciting to act out, you know, some of your dreams, some of your fantasies, and this is a great way to do it. And you get paid. You know?
Right. And you're doing what you love now. I mean, this is like a whole new passion for you, and you have so many different things that you've done in life.
Yeah, well, I'm not a spring chicken, you know. I've been around the block a couple times.
So what would you say is your best advice, just life advice? Like if you had to tell anybody anything, what are you going to say?
Don't ever give up. Don't ever give up. Every time I'm with my friends and we're out drinking, toasting, I always say, you know, let's toast to us and to those that want to be like us. Because if you follow your dreams and you hear, you know, if you do what you want to do, don't let anybody talk you out of it. Go for it. Yeah, no matter what. You know, even if you don't have experience, go for it. Try.
Yeah, fuck it. Why not?
Yeah. You know.
The pain and regret hurts a lot worse.
Definitely. You know, in careers and love and relationships, everything, you know, just try. You never know.
Do you have anything that you want to say?
I just want to thank, you know, you. Give me the opportunity to showcase what I'm doing. This is my first time, my first interview. So you've
really?
Yeah, you're my first interview.
Oh,
I'm a virgin. I'm a virgin. Yeah. You actually
I popped your cherry, bully.
That's right. You popped Bully's cherry. That's right. You're the first one. Alex Hugo Films, the cast, a lot of hard work. Debra Cardona, definitely for giving me this opportunity for us to push this to, you know, other venues, Amazon, Netflix, or whatever. Just have the opportunity. She's been very influential. Nice. And just people that are close to me, you know, that they know that we're doing this, you know, and just giving me that push. You know, so I want to thank everybody out there, you know, my partner, you know, Jesse, everybody. You know.
All right, Bully. Thank you so much for being here. We're going to look for you in the upcoming movie, Bully, The Dead Don't Die. Guys, stay tuned. Watch this series first on Roku and Deja Vu. Catch up so you guys can watch the movie. You're going to see Cisco playing this character that I'm so excited about now. It's crazy how you're acting out a portion of your life. That's crazy.
Right. Yeah.
Until next time, guys, stay tuned and peace out.
Fun better run when the cops come. Running the trap, you'll catch a hot one. Pop that kick back, boom like a shotgun.